I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So some more shocking news, man, out of SKOL Vikes territory. At least most would say shocking, right? The Vikings cut Trishton Jackson. Let me repeat. The Vikings cut Trishton Jackson. Now you talk about a receiver who's performed well in OTAs, performed well in training camp preseason, right? A player that the majority thought would or did have a big chance of making a 53-man roster for the Vikings. He showed improvements, flashed all training camp, done a good job. But this shows you, man, you never know until you know, right? Nothing is guaranteed. The Vikings, obviously have their own idea, own type of players they want on the squad. They want on a 53. Now, it's a lot of the debate between Brandon Powell. Obviously, they believe in him. Jalen Reagor. That shows you the Vikings' belief in Jalen Reagor, right? Talk about a guy who was injured, been out most of the off season, you understand? Training camp, preseason, etc. But Jalen Reagor, once again, the coaches speak highly of him. Obviously, they love his talents and what he can bring to the table. But Trishton Jackson, definitely an unexpected cut. That just shows you this is the business. This is the game. You don't know until you know, right? Now, will they keep him on the practice squad? He's been on the practice squad for the, last 2 years? But a solid player, Definitely thought he could be on the 53, as far as a 4th, 5th string receiver. At least, right? Just the improvements he made, the flashes he had. But it is what it is, man. That's Quasi, that's O'Connell doing it their way. That's what it's about. You agree or disagree, doesn't matter. More news, Jalen Reagor. The Vikings are receiving trade calls for Jalen Reagor. So it's obvious teams are interested. Now, Jalen Reagor made more of a name for himself. He kind of stepped up this offseason, performed well in OTAs, joint practices, preseason games. The verdict is still out on him as well. Is he a player that could have potentially made the 53, right? Got an opportunity, got a chance. Is he the same old Reagor, or is he new and improved? But obviously, someone wants to know. A team is willing to take that chance, right? Take that risk. A previous first-round draft pick definitely didn't play, hasn't met his expectations as far as what he could be as an NFL player. But it's still some teams who believe in him, obviously, who want to give him an opportunity. The fact that Vikings are making trade calls or getting trade calls for him, it shows just that. Now, what could they receive? I think it will be a, $2 million cap hit or something like that with Jalen Reagor. But once again, this is not shocking, man. Part of the business, part of the process. This is the off season, man. This is roster cuts. But we'll see what happens, man. But Jalen Reagor, where will he end up, huh? Will the Vikings go with that move? Or will they keep him on the 53? Everything's in the air, man. Just part of the business, though. But Trishton Jackson, wish him the best, you understand? Definitely wish him the best, no doubt. All the players, man. You got to wish all the players the best, right? Tough business, man. NFL business, a tough business, dog. But it's all part of it. Another side note, Chris Reed, negotiate him and the Vikings, negotiate a new contract. I really don't, care too much. I really don't want to hear about an offensive lineman unless he's coming in to play and can contribute right away. Chris Reed, another lineman there's a lot of questions about. He didn't perform too well last season. Yes, he's a backup, but what does he bring to the table? I'm glad he took a pay cut, which he should. Hefty. I think the contract, the restructure guarantees him more money, saves the Vikings more money in cap space, so it's a win-win. But at the end of the day, Chris Reed, I don't think he's a special talent, no disrespect. We just being real. So I don't want to hear really nothing about an O-line unless he can come in and move bodies. and be a contributing factor on the O-line. A solid player, physical, nasty. I don't care about the Vikings bringing in an O-lineman just to fill in a roster spot, right? Just to have somebody on a squad in the depth chart. Now, I'm not interested in that. The Vikings need players who can play, right? Heavy. That's my opinion on it, man. But let me know how you feel about it. A lot of things happening. Trishton Jackson gone, bro. Cut. Are you surprised? Are you shocked? Jalen Reagor. Will he get traded? Heavy, man. Let's get to it. The time is now. The season is upon us. SKOL VIKES. Forever, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm on and rock and rolling. Takes less than 1 second, man. Big SKOL here. SKOL VIKES forever. Woo!